the Blackwater Good Friends Telling Better Stories. This is the way I talk now. I'm a rough little guy coming at you with some razzle, some dazzle, and we're all gonna have a great time together.
Tom Waits.
No. Doing a biopic, just let him run with it.
Welcome to Blackwater.
Sean got cast in a role and he's doing it method. So
That's it.
Sean
We're
is
stuck
not
with
here
it.
today.
No, we're stuck with it.
I got cast as a bad Tom Waits impression. I'm gonna be doing for the next 8 months.
Yeah, we love it.
I'm going to hop into announcements. I'm going to acknowledge that we are streaming tonight from the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territories of the Coast Salish, Stolu, Semiahmoo, Kwantlen, Sawasan, and Musqueam First Nations. While our characters play in a world that Tim has created, we are honored to live, work, and play on these lands tonight. Jess, as I said a couple weeks ago, is off doing family stuff, but she will be back with us next week. So we're very excited to have her back at the table. A huge thank you to our sponsors and partners. We're proud to be sponsored by Sirenscape because epic games require epic sound, and we're also using Epidemic Sound for this amazing campaign as well. Lots of love to our dice patron, Robin, over at Familiar Dice. You can type !dice in the chat to check out all the details there. And we're grateful to do this campaign in partnership with the wonderful folks at QuestKeep. Thankful to the QuestKeep folks who housed our little campaign for a very long time on the channel, but now all of Campaign 2 is available over on the BlackwaterDnD YouTube page. Campaign 2 episodes released Friday at noon, with podcast episodes from the previous week dropping Mondays at noon. And you can type !YouTube in the chat to find all the details there. We want to give a huge thank you to our Tech Water team, Chantel and Moise. Thank you so much for keeping us on the technical rails tonight. Some very brief programming updates. Episode 50 dropped on the podcast a couple weeks back now because it's April. Hello, April. And we are thrilled to be back at the table after a couple weeks away.
It really feels like middle of the March.
We also have a Patreon. Adam, can you tell the wonderful folks at home about Patreon?
Hey folks, camera 2 punching on me. I've got a secret for you. No, you don't actually have to do that to take her off.
Please don't.
They can't because it's a stationary camera.
Camera 2 punching on me. I've got a secret. Thank you.
Can you follow me?
Yeah,
Follow me?
follow me.
I gotta go on a walk.
Patreon.
You just leave.
Or this is where I've had a pre-recorded thing that I give to them, and it's all been planned out. But that's not true. This is spur of the moment. Nothing of that. Or we could do it after. Who knows?
Put that in the end.
Yeah. We'll edit this
Do it
all
in
in
post.
post. Hey, I got a little secret to tell you. There's a place called Patreon where you can get extra content than just this stuff. This stuff is great, I'm
a big fan.
But if you go to Patreon, you can sign up for free. There's a free tier now.
And how much
There
is
has been
that?
for a while. $0 American dollars.
35 cents Canadian.
You can sign up for free, and you get extra content, including Arc 1 of Godkiller, which is for a whole bunch of things that we're very excited for.
Yay.
Got nominated for the Cusco Webfest.
And we're selected for the
And
LA.
selected for the LA Webfest.
We might have heard by this point if we're nominated for the LA Webfest. That'll have been
You also may have heard of some other places that we've been
Yes.
nominated /
We're
selected for.
stacking up laurels.
Yeah, dude, we've got them leaves up here. But you can also get chat water.
Yeah.
You can get...
You get one free chat water a month.
Yes.
There's some
It's a
tiers.
free tier.
There's some tiers. You literally get to just hang out with one of us.
Yeah.
You just chat and hang out with one of
a good
us.
time.
It's a really good time, Tim. Thanks for saying that. So come over to the Patreon. Come check it out. It's a good time. Patreon. You can pay. It's good. I forgot what I said last time.
was good.
Thank you. Yeah.
You can type.
We'll
Jess
tag
is a
line.
necessary member of our team. Miss her
Jess,
dearly.
we dearly miss you. You can type
I'm doing great.
!Patreon in the chat to find all the details there. And as Adam said, Godkiller is one of the things that you can find on Patreon. If you don't know what Godkiller is, I don't really know what to tell you at this
Honestly,
point.
gonna fuck
So Godcast is an 11-part podcast series featuring Yanis and Christian Navarro as my Godkiller. And we aired the finale, part 1, Ender, last Friday. And this Friday, we are dropping the final episode. I can't believe it that we're dropping the final episode. It's going to be done, which is called Finale Part 2, Beginner. Where we see Plenus and Inanis truly decide the fate of the universe. We're also so grateful to be the recipients of the 2024 Crown Grant, which allowed us to enter all of the web fests in the Audio Fiction World Cup. It's an honor to have our project selected for that, as well as as I said, the Cusco Web Fest and the LA Web Fest. A bunch of the Web Fests happen all year round, and there'll be a couple that hopefully, if we do get nominated, that very least I will be going to in person, which will be super fun. There's like red carpets and all that kind of good stuff. I'm excited. So if you're in love with the series, head on over to Patreon. You can listen to the first 3 episodes at the free tier, and then everything else is available at the Knucklebone tier and above. That's an extra 8 episodes, as well as talkbacks and all of that kind of good stuff. We've had to push back some of the recordings for Arc 2 and Arc 3 talkbacks, but we are working on it, just with trying to get scheduling all together with myself and Christian and the wonderful Warden Asteria, who is our host. But we're hopefully going to be able to do those soon. Also, as of when this airs, we recently recorded an interview with Rowan Zioli of Rascal News. So we will be featured on their webpage pretty soon, which is going to be really exciting. It's truly been a labor of love, and having finished the series and editing, I did cry a little bit because that was it. I put the episode down and then it was done. So I want to say a huge thank you to all of the fellow creators and like folks within the TTRPG space who have listened to me be insufferable about this for the last 6 months, and who I have sent the series to. So thank you to everyone for all of that kind of good stuff.
I'm glad I let you finish that whole sentence before doing the bit where I was going to be like, "You're welcome," but then you finished the bit and I was like, "Not going to make that joke. That's an inside place."
In your face.
Wait, didn't you just?
No, because I didn't know what was being said. I was going to be like, when it was like, "Thank you to all the TTRPG people," I was going to be like, "You're welcome," as like a joke that I was like a person that helped make it, but I didn't.
That's good.
But then it was
Jokes are
more
better when you
self-deprecating than I
explain them.
realized.
Absolutely.
I regret interrogating this joke and being here.
That's my favorite joke.
Speaking of Adam and I having a good time, we had a blast at PAX East. So thank you so much for everyone who came up to say hi and took pictures with us. We had so much fun. We can't wait to go back. Our next con is going to be Gen Con in August, and that is going to be a big one, with it being the 50th anniversary of D&D, and we are in hopes that all of us will be able to go this year. So please, if you see us at any cons around, just come say hi. We're very, very excited to all that kind of stuff. Okay, so that brings us to our dedicated sponsor for this episode, a new Kickstarter from the father-son TTRPG creators Homie and the Dude, The Wandering
which?
Tavern. That's a great question. I
Homie's
actually don't
homie,
know.
the dude's a dude.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, copy.
So The Wandering Tavern is a Studio Ghibli 150-page campaign setting guide that transports your players into a 15-level floating ship. This is something, it's system agnostic, so you could either play with this as your entire campaign setting, or you could just have it appear in your campaign if you wish to. It also comes with optional D&D 5e stats for it. It's packed with plot hooks, mysteries, threats, and everything you need for a campaign to keep it going. Yeah, and it's like a really great place as well. They've designed it so that if you do drop it into your campaign, it's a place for your players to visit, take a load off, and delve into kind of a whole new sort of adventure. The Kickstarter includes a full setting history, 15 giant battle maps with 23 unique locations, 33 NPCs, 30 plot hooks, a variety of airships and mechanics, magic items, themed recipes, and so much more. And we have spent the week reviewing this wonderful, very cool new release. And team, what do we think about it?
It's fucking sick. All right, I'm gonna hop in. All right,
Do it.
It's fucking sick. All
Get
right.
in there.
So, whole thing, one big airship. Hell yeah, we like that a lot. But here's the fun thing that made me real exciting. You got smaller airships, of course, and they get smaller and smaller.
It's teeny tiny.
So tiny. Oh, no, the thing that made me real excited is they got like, I'm not sure if this is what they're officially called, but I call them Zephyr cycles.
Yeah.
I have never seen a blimp motorcycle. It looks like something I would make in Breath of the Wild if I was clever enough, but I can't figure out how to get all the glue to stick. It's like where the wheels would be, they're little fucking Zeppelin balls, and you just hop in and like ride around, and just the like, what's cool about it being system agnostic is it's like, if you've got a campaign already, like the idea of seeing this giant sky ship coming over the horizon, and there's a bunch of like street gang youths, like Akira style, like ripping around on their little Zephyr cycles. That fires me up.
The fact that you like the bicycles is the most Vancouver thing ever.
Yeah, you represent West Coast, West Coast, baby.
I'm gonna tag on that.
Yeah, please.
Because
Tag me, bro.
There's like a plug and play system of like build your own airship, which I think is really fucking cool. You just have all of these like component parts that you can put together to make the airship like for your party, or like the airship of the villain. Like you have all these different components that make up really dope airships. So everything feels unique and everything feels like really, really cool. And like as someone who recently did a show that was fully about airships, I'm like, there's some pieces. Yeah. I might get involved in. Like, it's, Nandola's gonna have some more trouble.
Yes.
I really like, they have a whole section just on downtime.
Cool.
And they have some, we love downtime activities.
Yeah, could you let us have some, Tim?
Sorry. No downtime for you. You're all bad. But no, they have amazing games and things like that they say right in the description you can play with your characters in the game or just in real life, which I love the idea because there is some of your kind of classic sort of gambling-esque games which are awesome and well thought out. But then they also have one called Lucky Shot that is just like a mini game of like archery. Which the thought of doing that in person with your team of like either with like just like a little toy bow and arrow where you like set up the ring target and you each have to like try to get it and whoever gets it closest kind of wins. But just the idea of like sitting in a living room with a tiny little archery set is very funny to me.
Rocks.
And I think that that's delightful. And I haven't seen anything like that before. I think it's really creative and a fun way to engage within the game and outside of the game, just as a group of people hanging out. Mm-hmm. I love that.
What do you like?
I didn't like it. Oh no, I'm joking.
Just bad boy of the
Can we more clearly state that was a joke?
Oh yeah,
Yes, very much.
What I love about it is not one of the pieces in particular. What I love about it as someone who has a sort of like a massive anxiety when it comes to running games. I really love the way that they've set it out with all of their things with the NPCs and everything, that they have these sort of plot hooks that there are sort of pre-built in. They've done a lot of the thinking for you so that you can put these things into your game and not have to like stress, because it's always hard measuring up to DMs who are incredibly creative and come up with these things themselves. But to be able to be like, oh, I'm going to run a game for my friends and the plot hooks are built into the NPCs. You have games already pre-built for the downtime. Like, you have the maps, you have all that sort of forethought done for you. And that doesn't appeal to everybody, but to someone like myself where that stuff makes me incredibly nervous and anxious, they've sort of taken that hard work out of it for me and built a sort of really beautiful world that I can just plug and play and have fun with my friends without having to be like a Tim Carlson or Matt Mercer or Brandon Lee Mulligan. You know what I mean? So that's...
I will say that is one of the downsides to doing this, like, to being one of the, like, in the creator sphere, as, like, playing home games, and you're like, like, oh, God, I'm just going to hit a level of consistent quality that most people can't do.
I've hit a quality that everyone can do. So I like it when someone else does the hard work for me, and they've definitely done that. And also the art is fucking so good.
Yeah, it's really cool and really stylized. I love that. One of my favorite things is that a lot of the different areas, as well, especially like the taverns, have recipes that you could, like someone, if you're one of your players is culinarily inclined, or you could put as a snack that the players have. And I also really love it because this is a father-son team. It's Bodhi and Tom who started Homie&The during the pandemic as a way for them to connect and to hang out.
I feel like Bodhi is homie and Tom is the dude.
Maybe. We don't know.
It's like your opinion, man.
Bodhi and homie, just like that. Just
Lebowski,
right? But so all of the recipes in the book are created by their mom, who's a professional chef, which is really cool. So she's been a professional chef for like all over the place. So she added her own touch to the game as well. And some of the recipes sound really delicious, and I want to make them.
It's like seriously next level. Like we all know that like your players, like you get a letter and you hand them the letter. Everyone loses their mind for that. The idea of like you go into the restaurant, they're like, oh, what's the special here? And like, well, and the idea of just like bringing
Jess
out this
player Guy Fieri comes out.
It was like it's that level of immersion that was like, I remember when we did the quest chest and
Oh,
we
yeah,
had the
with the
tea
tea.
come out
Yeah.
as well, or we were able to roll the dice. Like that kind of extra
Mm-hmm.
stuff makes it feel so much more immersive, and it keeps you coming back, especially like, I really like what you were saying about how it could just drop in. Like, imagine you just have like a very intense arc, and you're like, oh, cool, I've just had a really intense arc as a DM, and maybe my players have had a really intense arc, and maybe
Now
we could
Guy
just drop.
Fieri's gonna come in.
And you could like drop the Wandering Tavern in.
By the cuisine.
Yeah, so we're so grateful to the wonderful folks at the Wandering Tavern for sponsoring us this evening, and we've got another episode with them at the end of the month.
So new rule, first episode of season 2 of At the Edge of All Things. Everyone
Guy
has to bring
Fieri.
one dish from this.
yes, so
Oh,
good.
I actually really like that.
That'd be fun.
Try do your best effort to cook the dish, bring it to the table. When we play, we eat.
Amazing. So please go back this wonderful, wonderful project today. You can type !tavern in the chat and follow our Blackwater partner link. So that Blackwater partner link is really important to us as well. Yeah, if you're here in the chat and you want to go follow it, it'll also be posted in the YouTube video if you're watching this on YouTube. So head on down in the description, and that's where it will be as well. The Kickstarter is live for all of April. And a huge thanks one more time to Bodhi and Tom for sponsoring this episode.
yeah.
Thanks so much, friends. So that's it. We're going back in at a very intense point. Oh my goodness. Grab your tissues, grab your spider milk, or grab your jorts and your best friends. Whether you are new with us tonight or you have been with us for ages, thank you so much for your support. It is through community that we can make amazing things happen. We love you immensely, and thank you so much for hanging out with us at our table. Chantel, roll the clip, roll the clip.
All right. So, for those of you just joining us tonight, last week, Best Wishes made contact with Shy's mother, Marlery. She had been overwhelmed by arcane energy and lashed out at them. They managed to get through to her mid the fight and pull her away from the ley line artery. When she was brought to the surface, she was lucid enough to answer their questions and begin to reach out and repair things with Shy, acknowledging her shortcomings while trying her best to explain her fragile state. They reached out to Shy's brother Adri, only to discover that he was with Moss, sailing south on their way to the site of some ruins that Moss wanted to show Adri.
Boo.
And that is where we pick up as you finish sending just outside of the lake, setting up camp. What would you like to do?
What is my mom's reaction as this is all being relayed?
She has a faraway look in her eyes. She is... You can tell she's worried, but unable to figure out what to do. There is a longing on her face, but you can tell she's a bit paralyzed.
Mama,
Yes,
you okay?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
What are we going to do?
I've been thinking about that. Farlese knows Keshoera. Your mum knows Keshoera.
Yeah, she does.
It's the best place to meet. We don't have to stay there, but it's the best place to meet. And then we get you somewhere safe. And then Farlese can help us get to Vermal Hask or something.
If we're going to head them off, Moss has teleported us to Vermal Hask before, so that's got to be safe enough for us to get in.
Why are they on a boat?
Mama, didn't you say that Moss was supposed to take you somewhere on a boat and he just never showed up?
Yes.
Did he say why he didn't show up?
No, that was the last time I saw him.
Did he say why he needed to take a boat and not use teleportation?
No, he didn't.
And this was 10 years ago, right?
I think so.
I don't know if I'm getting stuck on the wrong thing, but it seems weird to me that someone who could go to the islands instantaneously would take a travel as slow as a boat.
I mean, maybe it's like Wraithmore, where, Phyllis, who you're gonna meet and love, by the way, you know, she tried to cast like a time spell and got timed for like a billion years. So maybe if you try to teleport, you'll get ported into like.
How far is the Bloodheart from Vermalask?
I can't say for certain, but I can't help wonder if he never planned on taking me anywhere. He just said that because he saw I was vulnerable.
What do you think he was gonna do to you, Mama?
I think he just wanted information from me.
Oh.
And he got what he needed by promising something in return that he knew he never would have to deliver on. And I trusted him when I shouldn't have.
We
Do
all
you know
did.
about Adri?
No.
No, he was surprised, remember, when I told him when we were in his study, they said, because I asked him about you, if he knew you, and that's one of the first times that I knew that you were alive, because he said he saw you at the Vitoma.
My thinking is, this has happened a few times on our trip, that the way to the heart has been through water. Maybe the reason why he's not teleporting is because he doesn't need to go to the woods. Because the woods are right on the shore, right?
I would.
Go up all the way from there. Most of that side of the island. is
But they
covered by
touch the
Bloodwood.
ocean.
Because this
Yeah, a
is,
little bit.
So like, it could be within reason that the thing that we swam through to get to this big bad
The thing we swam through to get to this
was
an
landlocked.
old, but it was an old artery that had been cleared out. So this one wouldn't have arteries that have been cleared out.
No. So,
Regardless of why he's on a boat, I think we can all agree that if he's not going to teleport there, we shouldn't teleport.
wait a minute.
Well, we could teleport to Vermahask.
To Vilmahouse, where
go
we've
on
been
foot.
before.
The ruins. So, I remember Valentine said that he was from Galayan, which is on the left, which is on this side of the island, and all that was wiped out by the volcano. The Bloodwood was not. This side of the volcano is entirely wiped out. There's probably some settlements and stuff over here, but maybe this side of the island has got some of the similar stuff that's going on in Wraithmore, because it's barren. There's nothing over there from everything I heard. There are people, like thousands and thousands of people died.
I think we're overthinking this. We don't know where Moss departed from on boat.
Or where he is going
But
specifically.
what I mean is, he might have teleported to Vermahask and gotten a boat to sail around here rather than traverse the forest.
Or even through up here. We don't know.
We can figure this out tomorrow.
Yes.
That is to say, we can ask Adri. Adri, where'd you sail from?
I don't think, no offense, I don't think we can trust Adri not to speak to Moss.
Moss already knows we're talking. He's a smart guy.
We
He
also
probably knows that we're coming. We could probably actually speak to Moss and get his sense.
we didn't say to Adri, like, don't talk to Moss because we're worried that he's bad. We just said don't talk to Moss because Mama and Moss got history.
Yeah.
I believe it might be best for him not to know
We should call Mal.
the danger that he's in.
No, I agree.
Great. So,
Just one more question for you, Marjorie. Have you ever heard of the Greyfire Wand?
No, I can't say that I have.
All right. It never came up in your discussions with Moss and his interest in the ley lines.
No.
All right.
He did ask about the ley lines, and if I knew how to harness their energy. But he didn't ask about a wand, no.
What exactly he was curious in where you got your magic from and how it was influenced by the moon.
He was very curious in the cycle of the moon.
So-
And he already had some knowledge of the ley lines. And he knew that they were connected, but he didn't know how. At the time, I didn't exactly know how either, but I knew about the cycles of the moon quite well, and I knew that the ley lines had been absorbing arcane energy
Moss,
like a reservoir.
Moss is very smart. If we know that Riez reaches the closest point to the Earth in a year to 2 years' time, he's not going to do anything stupid. If he's doing what I think he's going to do with Adri, I think he's going to try and use him as a conduit of some kind, Mama. And I think that's what he might have done with you, but it might not have been the right time.
I don't know.
And he's not going to blow his chance by hurting Adri. I don't think Adri is in immediate peril or danger, but we need to get him out.
Did he ever show you a coin?
No.
All right.
So, I got one call left in me. I forgot how my magic worked last week, and I understand I'm not as powerful as I thought I was, so I was pretty loose with my sending last week, and there's a new mark at the table now. We've got tightened up the ship. I got one left today, and that's okay.
You put the dogs back in the
The
cage.
dogs are gonna go back in the cage.
And
It
Miri-
doesn't matter. The point is,
You just see where you watch John Wick just sort of pat you on
thank
the
you
knee.
very much, John. Appreciate you, mate. So,
John Wick had a
Special
battery of sending spells that have now been used up. John Wick.
no, we got one left. I did the math. We're okay.
No, I'm saying like in the past.
Yeah.
Every time you've all gone over, you've taken from John Wick.
The point is, new table, hard table.
Yeah.
New table, read the rules table. The point is, we contact Felice. We say, we've got the person, someone you're going to want to meet, can be able to answer a lot of your questions. We need you to meet us in Keshoera. You feel confident in being able to get us there?
She looks at you. I can, yeah.
And we have the means to disguise you if you don't want to see anyone that you don't want to recognize.
No, that's all right.
We can
Okay.
also leave immediately.
The point is, we get you talking to the exact right person who'll be able to give you answers that no one else can.
Yeah.
We connect you two people, and we believe that Felice will be able to get us to Vermalhask, where we can...
Maybe. I don't know if she's ever been to Vermalhask. Mama, have you been to Vermalhask?
Phyllis can get us the ability to teleport.
Yeah.
I think Phyllis should take us back to Temple for Lennis.
Felice is basically, she's a super teleporter. She can get wizards.
We'll talk to Felice when we
Once we get
there.
Felice, we can basically go anywhere.
This also is based on Felice's consent that she actually wants to help us at this point.
Let me message her.
Okay. Miri would have no spells left, but could send in the morning
Sure.
if needed.
I mean, so could I. But... All right. Here we go. I'm going to say it out loud for your benefit, but I don't have to.
Then don't.
No, I'm gonna.
I don't want to know what you have to say. Say it in your head.
I do.
No, say it in your head.
Go stand over there.
Felice. We've found an extraordinary mage who's interested in your work and would be hugely helpful to your work. Meet us in Keshoera, please.
Hello, Mark. Good to hear from you. Just having lunch. When would you like me to go?
You bee sting.
Happy to help.
Fucking
Phyllis has sent me.
surely the fucking
If she was around
the etiquette of sending.
if she's around anyone,
About 20 minutes go by, and you hear, Mark? It's Oftish.
She doesn't have sending.
Mother Superior of Temple Thelenis is calling you. Jesus Christ.
Felice is wondering when you'd like her to go to Keshoera. I hope everything's all right. We should speak at some point.
In my head, I'm gonna speak to Marlery, so I'm not using any of my words. Marlery, are you able to transport us today?
I should sleep.
Okay. Oftish. Great to hear from you. Would love to chat.
10 hours.
Wanna say 11 hours from now
At Shah's house.
at Shy's house? You can come too if you want.
Yeah.
We're planning on going back to Valenus.
What if?
Oh,
what if-
Love you.
Okay. All right.
That's
don't get
love
another
you
sending.
for people who don't have a lot of words.
I also like the idea that, like,
French.
Mark's sending works a little different to everyone else's because Mark doesn't write any of these words down. So some words he's like, yeah, they're probably the one word. Some words he's like, no, those are definitely 2 words, but they're actually one.
In
Like,
Draconic,
It's
the
one
only
word.
language he knows how to read, they're just one word.
The grammar of Draconic's pretty fucked up. It doesn't translate super great.
All right. So you don't get another sending back, but
All right. 11 hours, one to, sleep in a bit.
Yeah.
That's why I said 10, because 8,
Yeah.
11, 12.
Grunts.
I'm happy to take a watch. I'm okay.
Yes, I can also take a watch, yes.
Okay, we can maybe take the first one this minute.
Sweet, I'm tired. I've talked to the entire planet in the last 10 minutes. I'm out.
Okay, we'll wake you after.
I'm gonna wander over to. I might have done it before we go to bed. To
I do.
Adun.
Yep.
Dune.
You can see she's there pruning one of the trees kind of behind her stone throne.
I Dune too. Timothy Chalamet.
I thought I might ask you a couple questions, if that's all right.
Of course, Thistle. What is it?
You, have a great knowledge of the land and the sources of the magic. How did you develop the ability to draw from it?
In what way do you mean?
Well, I can sense the magic present in the ley lines, but I can't convince it to share with me.
I, myself, have never tried to draw upon the magic of the ley lines. I am, in a way, a child of Grumbar. My people come from a much deeper source of magic. But I watched my mother. She was able to sense them. She had always been gifted with magical abilities beyond that of any of my sisters. I don't know why. It was just the way she was. But as the ley lines grew in power, she said at times it felt invigorating, like electricity in the air. She would concentrate and extend her inner arcane abilities. And she described it as touching them. And it would empower her. For a time, she was able to control it until the ley lines were overwhelming. But it took her many years. There were others of the Raynar, especially as the ley lines grew more powerful. I could see them extending themselves in the same way, much quicker. And they were able to tap in when they chose to, as to not be overwhelmed. I can't remember who started it, but they did teach some of the others. Some were more adept than others. Others could not control the magic. But I believe there are techniques that exist, but I do not know them.
One last question.
Yes.
Do you know of other sources similar to this, but not this?
Of magic?
Yes. I always thought magic was everywhere. But it seems more and more that it just all seems to be all come back to the ley lines. Are there other sources?
I can't say for certain, but I know what I believe, and from what I have observed, there is a latent magic within Terrace itself that suffuses all living things. And there was a time when people sought to control that magic, and they poured it into their belief. And they believed so hard that they manifested it. And the gods rose. And others began to believe based on that belief, and it grew stronger. People forgot about the magic in Terrace. Many did, not all. But that belief drove some to do terrible things. It led to the birth of Rythax, who wiped so much belief from the world. And when his blood spilled, it changed the very nature of the world. It gave many access to magic in a new way. I don't know if there are those out there who still tap into that deep magic, the latent energy of the earth, Terrace. But I believe there are some. But the blood of Rythax, even though they do not know it by name, is more readily accessible. It's easier, and it is potent. But who's to say there isn't other sources? I have not traveled terribly far.
Can I touch you?
You may. She reaches out her hand.
I've also got a thing for the older ladies.
And I would take her hand, and I want to sort of focus in on the two hearts in my chest.
Cool.
And I want to sort of open them so that she can feel the magic that comes from them.
You watch as she touches you. You can feel them beating, and you see kind of a greenish glow from within your chest. Ah, so you do understand.
I'm trying to.
Perhaps not intellectually, but you know these are very precious. They hold that latent energy, those hearts. I am gladdened to see that it is not lost. Protect those. They are special.
I will. Thank you.
And I will make my way back to the group and sort of start to set up for the night and the watch.
Okay.
I would, just before we go to bed, Mama, and I would just, like, have the manacles in my hand. It's not because
No, you're right. She takes them,
yeah.
puts them on. Would you tuck me in?
Yeah, Mama, okay. I would, like, give her my blanket and, try and, like, find... I think there's a moment where Shai's like, fuck, like, I have to... I'm so used to sleeping rough by myself that it's fine, but it's like, oh, she's been down underground, I can't... And then there's the immediate thought of, like, oh, fuck, I left our house a mess, and we're going back there tomorrow. And so I think Shai just, like, tries to make something kind of nice. Is this okay, Mama?
It's perfect.
Okay. Do you want me to sit with you until you fall asleep?
Only if you'd like.
I didn't ask what I'd like, Mama.
But I am.
Okay, sure. You might hear me talking to Thistle at some point.
It's all right.
Okay.
She closes her eyes. You can see she gets comfortable, and over the next 30 minutes or so, she slowly drifts off.
I think I would wait until she's, like, good and asleep before I moved.
Yep.
And then I just, like, fix the blanket a little bit.
Yep.
I futz over it for a moment. And then I go and I take watch with Thistle.
Okay. You two can roll perception checks.
Do we get to use our new... I know we haven't slept yet.
No.
Do we get to new...
Yeah, you gotta sleep first.
I already changed it in my book. I don't remember.
Oh, that's good.
That's okay. You can roll the new one.
25.
25.
Guidance.
Theories.
What was it? Perception? 21.
21. The evening is quiet. You hear Idun a little bit. You can hear her pruning some of the trees for a little while, and then it goes quiet. As the sky is fairly empty, you see the stars. Towards the end of your watch, you see Estra rise in the sky. There's sort of a soft blue light, that kind of pale blue.
Do we know which moon is coming next?
No,
'Cause it's unpredictable about what the moon...
sometimes.
Okay,
You haven't spent time studying it, so you don't really know.
that's right.
There's a bunch of caves nearby. If we're really worried about that. It's just right over there. I'm a sleep talker. It's canonical.
Sit down next to Thistle.
How are you, holding up?
Well, I am trying to keep my cool on the outside, but I'm screaming in my head, Thistle. It's
But-
just, yeah.
When things calm down, let me know so I can tell you I told you so.
Dick.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
I'm really happy for you.
Yeah.
I know it's going to take a lot of processing to let go of the years of resentment, but I'm happy that we found a mother that loved her children.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
I think sometimes when you love someone, you don't always get to choose how they love you back.
Kraken's deep, Thistle. Why you gotta do that? Like, yeah, you're right, and it is hard. Because now what am I supposed to do? You know, I got all this just mad. I just got all this mad, and I wanna put it somewhere, and I don't know where. I just want to hit something, and I was ready to yell, and I didn't yell. I yelled a little bit, but that was not the yell.
And you did do some hitting.
I did, yeah, but it wasn't the yelling that I thought I was gonna do.
What kind of yelling did you want to do? What kind of yelling would have made it better?
Oh, I don't think it would have made it better.
Then why feel like you need to yell? Tell me what you want to punch that will fix it, or what you want to yell at that will fix it. And then we will do that.
I think it's just years of feeling like I was crazy. Nobody talked about it. When she left, Keshoera, nobody talked about it. If it was just pleasantries, or some people were like, oh yeah, that makes sense, or oh, the tides took her, not knowing what it was doing to our family. The way she looked when I mentioned my dad. I want to yell at him. I did the equivalent of sewing that letter I wrote him when we were leaving Orient. But
Why do we want to yell at your dad?
because he should have done better. And I know what he went through was hard. But he made choices that put our family in a line of danger. And he should have made better choices. And then when push came to shove, he just left. He should have stood stronger. So like 11 or 12-year-old me didn't have to. So 18 or 19-year-old me didn't have to.
I think you're very lucky.
Why's that?
I mean, not everyone is strong enough to carry that weight. And it just so happened that you were. He wasn't. But you were.
I wasn't gonna let anything happen to Adri.
Maybe he knew that.
It's a shit-ass reason to put it all on me, though. If he knew I could take it. I'm sure I'll get to talk to him at some point. Maybe.
It's hard when your parents aren't as strong as you want them to be.
Yeah. I got tired of parenting him.
And maybe he knew you did. So he left. Gave you one to look after rather than two.
I guess.
I bet he left because he was ashamed.
Probably. He's certainly done some shameful things.
I don't think you should be ashamed for not being strong enough when your partner leaves. I mean, look how it affected you. I imagine he's hurting.
Why is it on me to do all the forgiving?
Oh, don't forgive them for them. Forgive them so that you can let go. For your peace. You're allowing him to still hurt you. For his shortcomings. Just let him be who he is. Stop wishing he was different.
Yeah. I don't know how to explain that to Adri.
I don't think Adra is actually upset with either of your parents. I think he just doesn't know how to disagree with you on it.
He's his own person.
Yes.
He was without me for a couple years, a formative time where I should have been there for him, but I couldn't have been.
Well, he's a gentle boy with
Yeah.
a good heart.
Yeah, now look where that got him. Look where I got him. If Moss has done anything to him, I'm gonna kick the shit out of him. I'll kill Moss if he's put a hand on him.
But I think we're gonna have to kill him regardless. So,
Yeah.
it's gonna be all right, Shy.
Yeah. It'll be okay.
Yes.
I feel like I could have a whole other conversation with you about parenting.
I don't follow.
I watch what you're trying to do. I see it. How you put yourself in harm's way for him. And how you berate yourself. And you cut yourself low. When you don't feel like you're the person he needs in that moment. I think that's why you speak about with authority on my parents. Because you're trying to do it yourself.
I just don't want to see him taken advantage of.
I know.
He's a good boy. And he could be such marvelous gifts, but he attributes them all to that thing.
Sometimes good people do terrible things,
It's true.
but it doesn't make him any less good.
It's not the things that he does. It's the lack of self-belief and the way that thing preys on it. He has him thinking that it's everything he can do is because of it.
When you got a hole or a space within yourself, whether that's in your ability or in your capacity, when you're given a gift that you think will fill that space, you take it. Sometimes without questions, knowing it'll hurt you, because it feels better to be whole than it does to feel like you're just missing something. And maybe right now, being linked to Harkoon is part of who Mark is. Certainly seems to go farther back than just him, with what he said to you about his dad. Maybe it takes the space for now. And when he's ready, it won't need that. You won't need that anymore. You're right, though. It may come a time where Mark can't let go, rather than not wanting to. And that's the time we step in. You talk about And what you've said is entirely true, Thistle, about me being okay to stand on my own 2 feet. We gotta trust that Mark can stand on his own 2 feet, too.
That is true. And I do. You speak of a space that he's been given a gift to fill. What if that's just meant to be a space? What if that's just how he is? Sometimes, if something is cracked, that's how the light gets in.
Then he's gotta decide that for himself.
I don't get the feeling he's deciding any of this for himself.
Yet. We can... All Triton are born knowing how to swim. So you don't necessarily teach them the same way you would teach someone who isn't Triton. Right now, he's in that space where he's learning how to tread water and keep his head up. And we can't hold him up, because then if we let go, he drowns. He's gotta learn to swim. And we gotta encourage him and trust that he will. Because he can do incredible things that I could never fathom happening for myself. But he does need you, Thistle.
I just don't know how I protect Mark from Mark.
Now, if that isn't what parenting is, I don't know what is. You're okay. And you're good.
I can't keep adding to the list of gods to kill.
Well, maybe we share the list, okay?
All right, which one do you want?
With that, your watch comes to an end.
I'm gonna go wake up Esper.
Okay.
And as I do, I'm gonna lean down, and as you're just waking up, I open your hand, and I am going to put a tooth in your hand. Big one. You said nobody got you something.
I don't feel like I much deserve it.
Doesn't matter whether you deserve it or not.
Thank you.
Yeah. Gonna make it into some good knife or something.
Maybe I'll make it for someone that I care for.
Get up, I'm sleepy.
Go on. Mark.
You all right? That's our whole watch. Because we're both
Lads being lads.
Good
Right.
yeah.
How's it going? Yeah, good.
All right, yeah.
Go on then.
Spend the next 8 hours trying different types of warm liquids and seeing if I can nail chili.
And then occasionally going, huh?
Yeah, all right, yeah.
You can make perception checks.
Yeah, dog.
My perception has gone up by 1.
Mine stayed exactly
Oh yes,
the same.
you, after your rest, you have leveled up.
Every skill that I have has gone up by at least 1, because half proficiencies, baby.
Like you.
Help me.
17.
12.
12. 17 and 12. It's quiet through the rest of the evening. Estra is up for some of your watch and then kind of sinks below the mountain basin. and the rest of the evening is dark with just the light of the stars until the sun starts to come up. But you feel this sort of almost like an unlocking of potential after being so close to a ley line and being so close to that reservoir of power. You do feel like some of it has maybe rubbed off on you as you feel like your own arcane abilities have grown.
How you doing, Mark?
I think I'm really starting to nail chili. Spicy's tough. Spicy's still tough. Wasn't enough to get off to scare the displacer beast away, and I still haven't nailed it.
I think it's important that it's not just hot, you know, it's nuance.
Yeah, exactly. Like I feel like I'm more powerful with a ley line. Like I want to nail like a ghost pepper. This is max sriracha. Fuck.
Ironically, I've never tasted a ghost pepper.
Yeah, because you were like an orphan.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're expensive.
Oh, that makes sense. You don't have to be ready to talk about what happens right now. But know that I'm here to talk whenever you are.
Sick.
Right.
Invisible nut tap.
Damn it. I'll get you for that. You gotta sleep sometime.
I sleep a lot, mate. I'll like make a virtue out of staying up. It's fucking mental. Like,
There might be something wrong with your, like, the one in your neck. A doctor said, I remember hearing them talk about a neck thing that makes you sleepy.
there's nothing wrong with wanting to sleep 9 hours.
Oh,
Like,
no.
it's a reasonable thing.
That's crazy. That's 3 hours too long.
Says who?
Says the person who's trying to stab you when they find you in the alley.
No. I mean, yeah, if someone's trying to stab you, wake up. But like, if you have the choice, sleep on it. Christ.
What's thread count like? I heard a lot of people talking about thread count. I've never really experienced it.
Oh Christ, mate! It's like if you were colorblind, like what's blue? Like, I don't know. Ponder that. Fuck.
Do you want me to help you?
No,
Oh, okay.
you don't know what a ghost pepper tastes like.
Oh, right, you're specifically trying to get go. I was going to just help you with chili, like spice.
It's fine. Fuck. And that's our watch.
All right, great. You.
Also, I gotta clarify something because Mark says the word Christ a lot.
Yeah.
And I wonder what that is in this canonical.
Jesus Christ, Son of God, the one true Savior. He exists in all universes.
Oh no!
No.
He does not.
He does.
He barely exists in this one.
Yeah.
No, he died. He died right at the beginning.
And he came back.
No. He died before he found any of that out.
Your own
Okay.
research. Look into it.
Take it
He
back
was
to
just a guy. Okay.
Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss.
girl boss.
I like the idea of Christ being an acronym for something because it's like shit comes from store high in transit, fuck comes from like fornicating under the
Christ.
consent of king.
Crystallized.
Yeah, I don't-
in
We'll workshop it. We'll workshop.
Eternal soul, Tom, because Jesus is real. The Son of God lives in terror.
2 hands back on the wheel.
No.
He's not even in the ethereal plane.
I will end this.
Right now, 2 hands on the
This is
Just everything
everywhere.
right around.
And with that big old landslide, you all get buried alive. And you live the longest before you suffocate.
And then we'll rise again.
I
3 days
confess my
later.
sins. I know where I'm going. Do you?
Oh my god.
All right, so the rest of you come to. Again, you also feel this kind of latent power kind of awakening. You wake up to the kind of glow of your bioluminescence
Does it
around your
tingle?
body. Yeah, it kind of tingles and pulses through your body.
I'd like to awaken Mark.
And yours,
Like the spell
yours
awaken?
Yes.
started when you touched Idun. Not from the ley line, but when you touched Idun, you felt something start to grow within your chest. And you felt that kind of radiate out and as you awake in the morning, there is a moment where you look around this basin, the fog has lifted, and it's like you see the mountains for the first time. You start to notice the crags and the lines along all of the rocks, and you can feel the soil beneath your feet. And it's like a brand new experience. Yeah. What would you like to do for the day?
We should head to Keshoera.
Yeah. But we don't have to rush.
Mary is going to send to, I think I would go over to Mary.
Yeah.
Hi, Mary, you remember, did you make, oh no, shit. Who went with me? This is me, M, talking. Who went with me to meet the elders? Wasn't Mary.
At where?
In Keshoera, it was you. You came with me, right?
Probably.
Okay.
Back up.
No, I don't think Mary was there. That's okay. I wouldn't have gone to Mary then because I was trying to send to Roan, but
Okay, did you say any of that out loud?
nope.
Okay.
I didn't tell my mom that I was going to tell somebody else that my mom was coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I met like someone who I'm pretty sure was called like Old Gumpy.
Oh, I went with
If you want me to
I
message
went
Gumpy.
when I wasn't here.
Oh yeah.
Esper went with
Right.
Shy, but Adam wasn't at the
Right.
table.
I look at my mom. Mama, did you want to let anybody know you're coming back to Keshoera, or do you just want to be quiet in Keshoera?
I think it's best if I just take us back to the house.
Okay.
We have this really cool hat of disguise.
I will also.
It's all right.
I'll also say, listen. Your home is great. I feel like if we're kind of trying to do an in and out, announcing our presence might.
Oh yeah, no, I
They'll
wasn't.
be like, y'all come and eat a meal.
They met everybody,
Really good
Mama.
accent.
Thank you. Yeah.
They didn't really get it. They didn't get it.
They didn't.
No,
It's a lovely place,
I know. They didn't get it though.
but I can understand that. It could be.
A lot.
It's different,
Yeah. It hasn't changed
especially
at
now
all.
that I've traveled quite a bit.
Hasn't changed at all, Mama.
Mm.
Roan is still on the Elders Council, and Brother Deep is still deep in the shelf. So
It's good to hear. I don't want to hide from anyone.
Okay.
I also don't feel the need to let any of them know.
Right on.
okay.
Quick trip.
Before we go, I would like to just let you all know my intentions. I would like to go see the angel at the bottom of the shelf.
It's pretty cool, actually. That sounds pretty rad. Y'all want to do that while we're there?
I just want to say I have a theory, Adam, that it could be Dave.
Come on,
Dave?
it's him.
Oh,
We don't know. It could be anyone. It could be anyone. Yeah, let's go down in the hole. Quick trip into the
Away from
hole.
the sun.
Right.
You'll want to talk to
As
us
you
finally.
as you talk about, I don't want to go down.
You
No,
don't
you
have
won't.
to.
I just personally.
Quick
would
trip
like to
just
go
for
down.
us.
Also,
As a treat.
be careful. Your physiology may struggle.
Yes, I get
You
that.
were okay down there, though, Mama.
We are a bit different.
Yeah, I know.
Doesn't it get a little crushy?
Cold.
It's because we're too tall.
It's very. Do you remember how I had to pause all of y'all? Like we had to stop, and it took us like hours to get down to the shelf because y'all had to like.
We also breathe water,
Excellent.
so we are able to change the pressure with inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets crushy,
We'll
right?
figure it out. Look, we're going in that hole. And we're going to figure it out on the way down.
I don't want my bones
speak-
to become liquid.
Just be careful.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
All right, let's go.
All right. She kind of looks at you all holding hands.
This is how we done it before, Mama.
Oh, all right.
We don't need to hold hands.
Ridiculous because it's a holdover from campaign. we never established that these
That's
people.
only for plain.
That's the soft power of
goes-
Blackwater.
Yeah.
They really popularized this.
Yeah. I've seen that elsewhere, but and she puts her staff down in the middle
Guidance.
and she looks at you.
It's okay,
Right.
Mama.
I know where I'm going. And you watch as she closes her eyes. And you see this kind of pulse of bioluminescence radiate through her body. This bluish energy that travels up her staff. And as it does come through down her arms, you also see a pulse of red that turns into this kind of swirling purple magic up her staff as you teleport. And kind of
we gave her staff back.
Yeah, we have to. It's our spellcasting phone.
As you arrive in your kitchen, in your home, no mishap.
Cool.
Nice.
The second we touch down, I like immediately, I'm like, oh fuck, and I like go and I start like cleaning up because we didn't clean up.
She goes, it's all right.
No, we made a mess the last time she was here. Also, Fali slept in your bed. I'm sorry she was drunk.
It's fine.
Fali
I did drugs.
It's fine.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. We got kind of rowdy.
did some drugs on the
I
porch.
should do some more
Thistle did
drugs
drugs on the porch.
Okay, you didn't need to tell me that.
I'm gonna do some more possibly tonight.
It's your house too, Mama.
I'm going to make some tea, I think.
I think I know the answer, but do you want to do drugs tonight in your house?
Probably
Yeah,
shouldn't
that's all I was thinking, but
do drugs. I'm
I just didn't want to be rude and not offer because we were talking about doing drugs tonight.
I want you to consider. No, it's fine.
I know
Asked and
exactly
answered.
what you're
Asked and
thinking.
answered. Absolutely.
I'm just gonna make some tea.
Let me-
I'll be here in the kitchen.
Let me
Should I
help
head
you
out
with that, Mama.
now?
Mushroom tea.
Should I head out now for the chef? I'll catch you guys.
Can you wait for me? 'Cause
Are
I
you
can-
coming along?
I should probably go get the
Everyone's going to the
gem of
pit.
the necklace that I shattered over the trail.
Everyone's going to the
Wait,
pit.
you want to go to the pit alone?
You're not going to the
Fuck
gem
no.
alone.
You don't like me doing anything alone. It's very
Let's at least
cloisterous.
Look,
It's
let's at
a
least
lot.
wait.
You can take a piss.
I'm
you
a
can go
wild
for a walk,
creature.
But go meet an angel.
I
down
look
in
at
the
my
depths of
mom.
the ocean.
I look
Fuck
at my
no.
mom as they're just like,
Piss on the angel.
You see kind of just the hint of a smile at the corner of her mouth.
it's always like this, Mama. I go, look, we should wait until Felice gets
Yeah.
here before so we don't leave.
We want to introduce the two
Yes.
most powerful magic users on the planet.
Felice, so we give her a quick rundown of who Felice is and what her deal is.
Right, I'll make a bigger pot.
And then, I think while we're waiting, I just kind of go help my mom in the kitchen.
Okay, yeah.
Reminder: this island is so small that everyone knows everyone, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
This
fine.
area
Oh, yeah.
is small.
Yeah, does anybody go outside the house?
Well, so I wanted
I'd
to
love
go
to
get some
catch up with
good
all the
seafood, but I was like, I'll disguise myself as just like a nondescript Triton. But then I was like, I'll be like, Cletus, what's going on?
Hell are you?
Let me go out. It's easier for me to explain.
Can I come?
Yeah, sure.
You want to come?
We should just go get some food for the because
I want
the
the
stores
last
are
one we
empty.
hear.
Alright, so I'm gonna hang out with Marjorie.
Did you just call her Marjorie?
No, it's
No,
Marjorie.
Yeah,
Or
actually say it
Marjorie.
right that time.
Okay, great.
He just said
He
it.
said it in a way that
Just
really
before
made me
you
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
She goes, I realize I didn't ask you this, but I've noticed your friends all call you Shy. Would you prefer that I call you Shy instead of Honya?
No, Mama, you can call me Honey. It's okay. They all know it.
I only call her Honya when she's in trouble.
I look at my mom. There is a look.
I want you to make
A
a
deception.
wisdom
check?
saving
A
throw.
wisdom saving throw.
See if you blush.
Yeah.
Fuck. Why monks don't have proficiency in wisdom saving throws?
For moments like this.
They get it at level 11. Don't worry.
Okay, that's a 19.
It's
Okay,
right around the
you
corner.
manage not to blush.
You would see that Esper's like a little disappointed that he didn't make you blush.
They're kissing.
Do I see the look on her face? Because I can't see that what
I'm
he's
gonna see
done.
if she blushes. She blushes.
I just like.
I'm
You don't know?
I'm just gonna. I'm gonna go back to making tea, but
Did you need help, Mama?
no, it's
I'll
all
go
right.
help
It's all right. It's all right.
Sure, I can get the seafood.
If you have a preference, if you prefer being called Shy, I'm happy.
Honey is fine, Mama.
Okay.
Honey is fine.
I kind of like gesture at Thistle. I'm like,
I'll go get this food.
Okay.
No, you should all go. Marjorie and I we'll make some tea.
Okay. Yeah, all right. We'll let you make tea, Mama.
All right, we'll
I
see
like
you all
grab
later.
Esper by like a belt loop and I pull him outside.
That's pretty common, leading him by the belt loop.
Okay. Mark,
Yes.
please stop doing that.
Okay.
All right, Mark. Bye now. Bye now. Bye
So
now,
you
Mark.
all head out of the house.
Except for
Thistle's-
Thistle.
And
Perception check for Old Gumpy. 9.
You do not see Dell.
That's not who I'm looking for.
That's who Old Gumpy is, surely. Who you mean?
And we met him between scenes. He's a man who exists on this island. I'm excited to reacquaint.
Sean's starting that thing
reestablish
again.
an
Old Gumpy.
It's called Inception.
as we get outside,
The fact that was honestly, I believed that there was an NPC named Old Comfy that we'd met at the table.
I knew for a fact that I thought he was talking about Dell.
You fully.
That was
fully
off
incepted
camera. We met Old Gumpy.
As we get
That was in
outside,
chat
It
water.
was during the commercial break.
as we get outside, I look at Esper.
Yeah. I think Thistle's trying to.
No, we're not going to talk about anything that Thistle's doing. What are you doing?
Whoa.
What are you doing?
Whoa.
Hey, what are y'all doing here?
Hey, is that Dell?
Oh, man. On ya. Woo! You're back. Why didn't you say nothing? When'd you get back?
Just now.
A minute ago.
Jogging over.
Hi, Dale. Yeah, we're just back for the night. We're just meeting a friend here.
The night? It's
There
the morning.
I know. Can you
You
believe
staying
it?
all night?
Dell, do you have
Oh,
any?
we're gonna have a party.
Do you have any relationship advice for these two?
Well,
What? Mark.
They're having trouble.
well now.
I
Okay.
just want to say the
Okay.
last time
Tell old Dale what's going on.
we were all leaving that tunnel and we all jumped in the water. I hung back because fucking Thistle wanted to touch that big spooky demon magic that
What?
your mum was being infected by.
It's a metaphor.
Your mom? You saw your mom?
No. Shush.
Where's your mom?
Shush, shush.
You know what, Dale?
I just don't think you can trust Thistle alone.
Your mom's alive.
Dale. Dale.
There.
The tide took her. It was a time.
And the tide will bring her back.
Tide will bring her
Dale.
back.
Dale.
But you didn't hear that from me.
I realize what they've done.
Sneaky Dale.
I've realized what they've done, and Shy is purple. I'm purple because I'm like, oh fuck, what have they done?
We found traces of her mum, but we're not sure where she is.
Traces like bits and pieces.
Oh, no. Like evidence of her passing.
She's dead?
No.
We did find evidence.
Can y'all just shut up for a second and let me talk to the other Triton here, please?
Sure.
I'm listening.
I've been trying to find my mama because, Andrew needs a teacher, right? And
Of course.
So he's at a big school right now in Taywin.
I remember you saying.
And so I've been really trying to make sure I find someone, and I have been on her trail for a while.
You think you could take Kip off my hands?
No,
Absolutely.
no.
I think he's got a lot of potential. He just needs to see the world.
How does he feel about Vermalhast?
No.
How does he
we're
feel
not
about the
taking
desert?
Kip to Vermalhast.
How does he feel about the transition between life and death?
These are big questions. I mean,
Is
maybe.
Kip a female tiefling?
He's
No,
blue.
he's
That's
my
half,
son.
Yeah, he's blue. That's half the bottle.
Dale, it's so wonderful to see you. We will be here for the rest of the day, but I have to show these two. They're new here. I gotta go show them around.
Really?
Yeah.
He was here last time.
Yeah, but they didn't see all the sights last time, Dale. I gotta.
Oh, so
Dale, I feel like you
I can
know
show
all the
you
sights.
around right now.
Yeah, you want to come along?
Where's the
Seafood?
best seafood in town?
My friend, you're looking at him.
And I'd be like, fine, great,
What?
go.
Roll for
and
nice dice.
go.
I'm kidding just because I'm a Triton.
Yeah, but I'm not a cannibal, so.
It's like-
I guess it maybe doesn't translate out of Aquin, but that's fine. I'm a bit of a fisherman
Oh,
myself.
amazing.
Yeah, I dabble. What do y'all like? Crabs?
Oh, we just have a really cool visitor coming
Mollusks.
from out of town. If you've got like a specialty, we'd love to show that off.
I could do up a whole boil.
Great.
Sure, we have boiled night.
I don't know if
Yeah.
we're staying.
No, because we are going down to the pit for like 8 hours, so we'll probably come back. We'll be
What
hungry.
we'll
Boil
do-
tonight would be
you know what,
beautiful, Dale.
Dale?
Thank you very much.
Maybe I could come by later and I can bring over some of that bread I used to bake that you like.
I do love that bread.
Do we really want to commit to the pit? Because what if it's like a 6-day thing? We've done so many things. We'll be like, we'll just poke our head in. And then
If
turns
you
out
want
to
to
be-
tell Thistle he can't go into the pit and meet the angel, that's on you. But
Thistle,
he's going to
good
be
to see you too.
heartbroken.
I'm not there.
He's
I'm
inside.
with Marlon.
Where is that guy?
He's inside making some tea. So
That's a euphemism too. He's shitting.
He's okay.
He's
That's what you
having-
call it.
He's having the tummy.
I mean, I guess when it comes out, it does look a little brown water.
Yeah. He's having a hard time.
listen, Dale, it's been wonderful to see you. Can you take
Pleasure
these?
all mine.
Can you take these wonderful gentlemen and go get them some fish, and then maybe they can come back to the house and
Yeah,
That's all
remember
right.
their manners.
I'll create a bond with you and keep you updated for the next 9 minutes what we're up to, as it happens.
Dale takes you over to his
I'm
house.
just like standing
as
at
we
the
leave,
edge of my
I'm gonna be like,
I really think Thistle's trying to make a move on your mum. I'm just saying.
I punched
I w-
Esper too hard in the arm. Y'all,
roll,
both of you.
roll hit and damaged.
He's a slippery fella.
That's gonna be now a 24.
you would feel your hand go through Esper as I uncanny dodge and become like a little ethereal as you like. He still takes damage. He's like but like you would pass through. You like there'd be way less.
And I think I would, as he's moving back, I'll take the second attack and just kick him in the shin before he leaves.
I'm not trying to get with your mum. He is.
I'm gonna leave.
Kip, get out here!
Yeah, Kip, get out of here.
Kip, it's good to see you. I've missed you.
Oh, hey, you're back.
I hear you want to travel the world.
No, I want to stay here. My dad wants me to travel the world.
What do you want to do with your life, Kip?
I want to stay here.
Do what?
Fish.
Oh, that's great. Your dad's a great fisherman, I heard.
I know, I'm pretty good too.
Tell me, Dale, why don't you want your son to take on your mantle?
No, he is going to take on my mantle. I just think that he could maybe get out and see the world and maybe appreciate this place a little more than he does.
Dale, the world is a very scary place.
I know, I'm trying to show him that.
If he goes out in the world, there's no guarantee he comes back.
Well, I'm sure he'll come back.
The tide takes them out, the tide takes them back.
Exactly.
It's ironclad.
Yeah, Siren will look after him.
Who?
Siren,
Oh, Siren.
Siren, yeah.
Kraken of the deep.
Right, of course.
The deep,
Yep.
the angel, I think,
Yeah.
by the garden.
Well, Kip, if you ever want to travel the world, go places,
I don't want to leave. I just want to fish and, I don't know, play my games.
What kind of games?
Vidya.
No, they're just like, that,
Like cup ball.
yeah, a couple balls pretty good.
So Kip's really into cup and ball these days.
But also the like, I don't know, I think y'all call it crokinole. Y'all ever play crokinole?
Kip,
I didn't play a lot of games as a kid. Or,
Yeah, no, we just got aboard and I can't stop playing.
Oh, yeah.
there's other fish,
Sort
you know.
of flicking the little thing,
Yeah.
try to get it in.
There's all kinds of fish elsewhere. Fish are different in different places.
You could.
I'm sure that's true.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that would really hook you. Kip's
No,
not
I
into
don't-
different
I don't
fish.
think
I
he
do
really
not
wants to-
reply.
You don't have to.
Oh my god.
No, he's always playing his crokinole.
Let me have a word with Kip. I might be able to convince him.
I found him down in the basement. He's flicking his little crokinole.
I'm gonna take Kip aside. and be like, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I did not care for that joke.
Kip, what you could do is just.
What?
Do you ever camp?
I guess sometimes when we go out to the beach.
So maybe just go to the other side of the island, camp out for like a couple weeks, and then come back and be like, I've seen other places, and then your dad's happy.
Yeah,
and
but-
you didn't have to leave the island.
Then I got to camp for a whole week. I can't take my whole crokinole bowl with me.
You know,
It's so heavy.
You can make your own.
Out of what?
Driftwood.
I ain't a woodworker.
You could learn.
That's another skill I got.
You seem very.
Telling teenagers they gotta do fucking
I'm just
anything.
saying. I think your choices right now are either do the little tricky thing that I suggested, or literally your dad's gonna kick you out and make you see the world.
I mean, he can't kick me out. I'll just stay here.
Oh, trust me.
I'll get my own house.
Trust
Do
me.
my crokinole all I want.
Your parents can do a lot
No,
of things.
no, he's right. They don't have property or anything. I think if he just wants a house, they'll give it to him.
Oh, true.
I think that's how the system works.
Honestly, I think there's a house up for grabs.
Okay, where?
Realizing the mistake I made.
Which house?
I don't know. I just heard on the market rumors.
Okay, well, if you hear about it, you tell me, okay?
Yeah.
You want to go play crokinole?
I staff of the artisan an A-frame. The crokinole board.
How did you do that?
Mate, I learned it traveling the world, and I'll leave back to the house.
Dale is like, oh, shit ass. Now he's got his own house and his own board. Jeez. Thanks a lot, Mark.
Mate,
Well, now you can't talk to Shy anymore.
that's fine. It was about 9 minutes. I was keeping track. Mate, such a thing as too much crokinole. He's just got to work his way through it. I was where he was one day, and now look at me. I haven't flicked in a minute.
Make a persuasion check.
That's pretty good. 21.
Okay.
It is a deception check.
Yeah,
He's never
sure.
flicked a crokinole.
All right, Mark. I trust you.
It's all right. I went through the same thing with my son. And
Kip, why don't you grab your crokinole board and start the process of moving?
There's a crokinole board in
Made
it.
one for me. There's one in here. Now I got two.
There's one piece
I
of
can host a
furniture.
tournament.
Yeah, well, why don't you go grab yours real quick? Quick sticks.
Starts dragging it
As he
out.
goes in to get it, I'm just going to loosen one of the boards near the roof so that there's going to be a constant leak. Just to show him that, like, life can be bad outside your parents' house.
Oh my god. Jess.
If it ever rains here, it'll leak. Not badly, but annoyingly.
Okay. All right.
His crokinole board will get wet.
I
get
think
worked.
as I see them walk away, I would walk kind of back inside, and I.
How long were they gone?
Well, no, like I'm
About 11 minutes.
I'm outside like 5
Okay,
minutes
so
with them, and
twice.
I go inside.
9 minutes.
Get the fuck out, Jonas. Why we're in such a punchy mood today?
We just had some very intense sessions.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised we're in a punchy
I'm
mood.
so glad you went to Keshoera.
So I go back inside to see Thistle and my mom.
That's not what it looks like.
What are you talking about?
Oh, never mind. I thought you might have thought that something untoward was happening.
No, I didn't think anything was
Okay.
untoward.
Well, then it's exactly what it looks like.
Mama, listen, I have been traveling with them for a very long time, and they're usually much better mannered than this. I apologize.
No, it's not true.
It isn't true at all.
No, we are always like this.
I believe it. Don't worry. I know you've been through a lot. It's only natural to blow off some steam.
Yeah. Does Thistle leave the room at any point?
No. Why would he? Why would he leave?
I don't know.
We're family.
that you're asking why would he leave still in character.
Are you wanting to talk to your mum alone?
Just like very briefly.
All right.
All right, then tell me.
Thistle,
Yes.
could you step outside for a minute? I would like to speak with Shy alone.
Oh, yes, of course. You just have to ask. No problem at all. Can I take my tea with me?
Of course.
All right, I'm going to go do some moss on the patio.
Have fun, Thistle. Do you need a spotter?
I think I'll be all right.
Good. Sorry, Mama.
No, it's all right.
Before the other two come back, you blushed, and then they left.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mama.
When I left,
Yeah.
you were a young woman. Quite young.
I was 9, Mama.
Yes. You have grown into a woman. You're not a girl.
Yeah.
And that's a bit of an adjustment.
Mm-hmm.
I realize we never got to talk about a lot of things that mothers and daughters often do, and
Aw.
I'm sorry for that.
No, you don't have to apologize for that.
No, I know, but
Dad just looked at me one day and was just like, "Don't," and that was it.
yes.
So.
You know, it's a little more nuanced than that, as I'm sure you probably understand by now.
Yeah.
And I think it's wonderful that you have found love, or
Look, Mama,
I don't
it's
know-
so complicated, Mama. It's so complicated. Because you were right about the thing with Mal, and then there's this Esper stuff. I don't know what to do, Mama.
About to get the sharks and the remora talk.
right.
Oh, my God!
Ah, I see.
Yeah, we can talk about it later, but I feel like you should know I punched Esper on the arm when he left because he was being rude. Sorry.
It's all right.
Okay. I would like you to meet Mal at some point. You probably should meet him at least because he was looking after Adri, and he's been a real good person for our family. What?
No, I was just seeing if you wanted to say anything.
No, he's very handsome, Mama. But so yeah. Mm-hmm.
So is Esper.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'd say you were fortunate, but I also know that multiple suitors can get complicated.
What do you mean multiple suitors can get complicated, Mama?
She walked.
I was young once. Your father was not the only.
Well, I mean, I know you were never like, I know you weren't like scale bonded or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That was my choice.
Right. Did Dad want to?
No, he was comfortable with the arrangement.
Okay.
Was it Dell?
In Keshoeran culture, you can have multiple adults living together as a parental unit, as a family. But
was Dell one of them?
It's called being scale bonded.
Not there.
So multiple people can be scale bonded together, often 2 or 3.
11 minutes ago.
But my mom obviously chose not to scale bond with my dad.
That's perhaps a story for another time.
Yeah, Mama, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But
Thank you.
just
Hell did see.
try to be gentle and be open. You'll be surprised at what honest communication can do
Okay.
in
Yeah.
that arena. She starts to blush.
I think Shy does too. Like, okay, thanks, Mama. Yeah, I appreciate that. Why don't I go take this tea out to Thistle and make sure he hasn't hurt himself doing drugs?
Dell's doing a boil up.
So Thistle goes out and does the moss.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
You just hear him like howling in the background.
Are you on the roof up at the top of the house?
Yeah,
or
I'm on
the
that
front?
same balcony.
The front
You
porch.
go take this little tea, fully naked, just staring at the sky.
All right, you take the moss.
That's my last one.
All right, I will have you make a Constitution saving throw for me.
You got this, big dog.
Yeah,
like guidance.
You can fail that shit.
No bad.
It's
No
a
bad.
saving throw, so no guidance.
You got resistance?
Yeah, but I could have guidance myself at last a minute before I.
I don't think guidance works on
Saving
saving
throws.
throws.
No,
Guidance
that's
is a skill check.
just skill
only
check.
Bless is
Baby.
saving throw.
No, resistance,
Resistance is
All right, so
Stones.
wisdom save.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, con save
You got this, big dog. You got this, big dog. Woof woof.
for this one.
Don't you want to fail so you can get high as fuck?
Natural one.
Oh.
Right.
That's not what
no.
you
That's a
want.
bad trip.
And that's where we're gonna take our break.
Oh my gosh.
And you're not there.
Nope, because
took
I
him
would have.
before.
Yeah, you 10 I am.
did
That was spot on.
Immediately.
In the middle of it.
You might be coming to look for me next.
Oh boy, we have an amazing. We have
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Please. We have an amazing promotional video from the Wandering folks at Homie&The for the Wandering Tavern. It shows the campaign promotional. It's the Kickstarter video in its entirety. It's so cool. Please stick around through that. And other than that, we will be back in a tight 10. So stick around soon for part 2. We'll see you soon, folks. Bye.
Hello? Are you there? It's Amelia. The secrets of the Wandering Tavern are coming for me. I know too much. And now, so will you. The Wandering Tavern is 15 layers of corruption, gambling, exotic restaurants, hotels, expansive workstations, and buzzing accommodations. Amongst these are 23 unique locations that range from lavish establishments down to the city's seedy underbelly. But don't worry, I've got detailed battle maps of the entire floating metropolis, so all you players and GMs can find your way around. Within the bustle of this colossal airship, deadly secrets plague the air. Luckily, I was able to collect scathing testimonies from over 30 NPC patrons and staff while evading the grasp of the ruthless Claw Militia. These testimonies were laced with 30 interconnected plot hooks, It all seems to be linked. The unsolved disappearance of the engineering team, the Claw Mafia's black market empire, the automaton mutiny brewing in the depth, and even the lingering spirits of the deceased. Oh, I didn't mention that. As the sun sets, shadowy forms seep from dark corners to materialize throughout the Wandering Tavern. Hold tight to your wards as spirits roam, looking for answers, a quiet conversation, or their next victim. But don't despair. There's still plenty to enjoy if you become marooned here. I've eaten sensational food, found a myriad of powerful items, won games of chance, and delighted in the tavern's vibrant festivities. However, if you do need a quick getaway, there are 6 unique plug-and-play airships with more than 50 parts and stations to facilitate your escape. The Wandering Tavern can be an entire campaign setting, or simply dropped into your current world. I'm so glad to have been able to collaborate with some of our favourite creators, who have kindly gifted me with many add-ons and trinkets to expand your adventure even further. So, climb aboard, if you dare. Back the Wandering Tavern Kickstarter, out now.
When the world is in trouble and you don't know what to do, gotta call Blackwater and they'll kick some ass for you. So pull up a chair because you're welcome at the table. Come watch us save the multiverse. So turn up the TV and come watch some D&D. Blackwater, we'll roll some dice for you.
All right, so as you feel the moss dissolve on your tongue, you are standing there
Naked.
and you feel yourself go into a kind of tunnel vision as your body falls over the railing and into the water. As you sink below, you feel the liquid around you grow thick and green as you open your eyes. And you begin to swim through this thick green liquid. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Natural 20, right?
9.
You take 12 points of poison damage.
Oh, that's halved because I'm
And you swim deeper and deeper through this heavy liquid. You see roots around you as you reach out to grab onto something. You pull and they break away, and you can see this kind of blackish liquid pouring out of them. As you tear through, the roots get thicker and thicker as you pull your way down. You find an opening. As you push through into another cavern, the liquid held behind you. As you fall onto this dirt floor, it is hot and sticky. I need you to make another Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Drugs are bad, I'm gay.
That's an natural 20.
There it is. There it is.
Right,
That's one.
you're gonna take half damage as you feel the liquid that's still on your body start to burn as you take 12 points of acid damage down to 6. As you kind of wipe it off as best you can, you feel this kind of burning sensation, and you feel your hearts beating out of sync, and it's painful. They're wildly out of sync. The heart that you took in is beating very quickly, and your heart is labored, beating slowly. As you feel your blood thicken, as you look down, you can see this greenish liquid. Whatever you couldn't wipe off is seeping into the bark of your skin and being pumped through that heart. You begin to cough as you move forward. Through this dirt cavern, you see the roots piercing through the ceiling, many of them broken and dripping that black liquid. You hear chanting in the distance. As you continue to push your way through down this tunnel, it's getting smaller, to the point where you have to dig through the soil, and you're digging through and your fingers start to hurt as dirt is falling down around you. It's getting more and more difficult to kind of struggle through this loose dirt. I need you to make a strength saving throw for me, please.
15.
Okay. You feel the weight of this earth pressing down on you. You take 12 points of bludgeoning damage as you just manage to push through a small opening. And you can see a heart in the distance, maybe 30 feet away. You can see it's suspended by roots. It's massive. It's probably 10 feet across, 12 feet high. You see it's suspended and wrapped in these black roots all around it, puncturing and piercing through. And you hear the chanting just on the other side of it. But you can't see the figure. But you hear it. This rhythmic, low chant. As you see the black roots pulsing with some kind of liquid. into the heart that's struggling to beat. I need you to make one more Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Do I recognize the voice?
You do not.
At advantage because the last one was a crit.
No.
Con 16.
You feel bile coming up through your mouth. As you struggle to hold it in, you vomit through your teeth. This black liquid dribbles down your chin as you take, normally it would be 10, but it'll be halved to 5 points of acid damage as you feel it burning your chin. As you feel and hear that chant getting louder in your head, you wake up and you are under the water. As you inhale, you are suffocating.
He's drowning.
He's not drowning yet. He still has a number of rounds, but you are in the water as you come to. You would have
the
just
splash?
heard the splash as you were coming up the stairs.
I run, and do I see the where the water has rippled?
Mhm.
I dive in immediately after.
Dive in.
And just like power swimming
You begin
down
to
for him.
swim
I
down.
dash and spend a focus point if I need to catch him.
Okay.
I don't I don't thrash or even attempt to swim back up. I'm just trying to lock everything that could give me a clue as to where this was. Like I want to know, like I'm trying to think about like the type of plant, if I can recognize the type of plant that these roots belong to.
You can make a history check.
Have I caught him at this point?
You've caught up to him.
And I can guidance myself for this one. Okay. Like the taste.
Is there a
Guidance is
verbal component?
Guidance is verbal.
You don't have any air to do
the type of, I'm trying to think like the type of soil, the way that it tasted, like.
And while I see him unconscious, I am just like one arm underneath
He's
him.
not, yeah.
And I'm kicking up.
What was it?
History.
He's not quite unconscious yet. He's still conscious.
I'm like
but
grabbing
he
him
is-
and I am kicking everything I need
7.
to get up.
There is something familiar, but you can't quite place it. It's just at the tip. Something. There was something that seemed familiar, but you cannot remember in this state. As you feel Shai's arms wrap around you and begin pulling you to the surface.
And you would just hear, "Come on, Thistle, come on!" And then I would just like start trying to kick him up.
And he would just kind of go limp.
Yep. You have enough leftover turns, essentially. With how drowning works, you have enough turns with your Constitution modifier.
Because
You're
moving
able to
him
bring
would be half speed, right?
But
So
you
I-
have a swim speed, so it's...
Right, that's true. But I'm still moving him.
Yeah, so it's even with half speed, you're just able to get him up there.
Do I need to spend
And he-
another focus point to get there?
Yes, you
Okay,
would.
so 2 focus points.
Yeah.
Okay, and I like,
As you take a big gasp of air.
I would drag him over to the like area that we can climb up onto my board. Thistle, you gotta climb. What the hell is going on?
Drugs.
Should I ask? Should I ask more?
Not yet.
Okay. Can you climb, or do you need me to
I
pull
can
you
climb.
up?
I can climb.
Okay.
Climb up onto the.
Does he have like the black, like on his?
No.
What
You
happened?
can taste it in your mouth still, though.
What happened, Thistle?
I took the moss and I must have fallen.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm not gonna chide you. I'm not gonna do that. That's not my job. All I ask is that when you do drugs, especially at my house, can you please wait till you have a spotter?
Yes.
If I hadn't have been here, you could have drowned.
Why would have been funny? I could have become a squid or a shark or a...
Yeah, you could have, and you also could have drowned. And I just think Shai just like, she's so aware of how fragile her friends are around the water. Something that is so simple to her and not scary at all. And so I think I just like, she's feeling particularly mushy today. She just kind of like hugs him around your waist.
Do you have? Your people. They worship Osiris, correct?
Yeah.
Do you have a place of worship here somewhere?
The shelf.
Closer? Do you have like a temple on the ground here? Something? Nothing.
Why would we?
So what you're saying is the whole ocean is sacred?
It depends. It depends on who you ask. Osiris is the god of the deep oceans and the trenches and the places where the sun doesn't shine at that part of that water. It's very sacred to us, as so much of Keshoera is under the rock, under the ground. Tielia also oversees the storm and the tempest of the water.
No, but I'm asking you, is the water sacred to you?
My people.
To you?
Me.
Yes.
I think by nature it has to be, yeah.
All right.
I run into the kitchen and I grab a bowl.
Okay.
And I scoop the water. One of the spell components for scrying is a font filled with holy water.
Okay.
What are you doing with this?
I need to focus. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Do you need me? Can I just spot you? I won't say anything.
Sure.
And I will stare into this bowl, and I'm gonna try and scry on the creature I could hear.
Okay.
Whoa.
All right.
Jess.
What's going on, you two? It's been 11
Shut
minutes.
up.
Quiet!
Okay. I just want to
I'm
be
working.
here for this.
I'm working.
Okay.
All right.
Here now.
They are gonna make a save.
That's
Is
my spell DC.
difficult for you. Okay.
I need to
That
make sure that it's
is
updated properly. I can.
8 plus proficiency plus wisdom.
This cheeks too long.
18 for the save.
Beat up.
Yeah, I think that makes it.
Even if your wisdom's 5, it's 17.
Yeah, that makes it 16.
As you reach out, trying to kind of capture that sound and use that as a conduit to find whoever this was. It's fleeting like a dream.
I think Thistle would throw the bowl against the wall.
Thistle, what is happening? Can you tell me what's going on, please?
There's a heart that's in trouble.
Where?
I don't know.
Thistle.
I know the place. I know where it is, but I can't
Thistle,
think.
the last time you were here, you had a vision with drugs, right?
Yes, that's why I took them again.
Yeah, but what was that vision about?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
It was
Thistle
the
probably remembers,
vision where the stag. It was not.
It was where you fought the stag, wasn't it?
fought
Yes.
the stag.
but- yeah.
Right.
Oh yes, that's right.
Was that in a particular wood?
I don't recall a lot of the transition period between when I was a tree and now. So it could have been the same wood.
Does that spark anything for me?
It's hard to tell.
What were you just trying to do now?
I found a heart. Massive. Old. Ancient. And it was being strangled.
Okay.
And there was someone chanting.
But what was with the bowl?
I was trying to scry on the person who was chanting.
Why not try to scry on the heart?
Above board is scry on a creature, not an item or a thing.
Doesn't say object?
No, you can't scry on objects.
Scry on an object.
It was the bane of my existence in campaign 1. I will tell you that much right now.
That's a longer errata then, because the version I had was always a creature or object.
Nope.
No, it's only a creature.
Interesting.
I heard his voice, or their voice. I didn't see them. I didn't recognize the voice. But they were killing it.
Do you think that was happening now, or do you think that was happening in the past?
I don't know.
'Cause
It felt like now. It felt immediate. But I don't know. It could have been the past.
Yeah, I heard him splash and he fell off the porch.
I would like to try something. Thistle,
Yes.
may I? I think I might I don't know, but I might be able to clarify some things. May I?
No, that's all right.
All right.
I appreciate the ask.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't have worked.
Mama.
What were you gonna do?
It sounds like the memories are fuzzy. I feel like I might be able to sharpen them.
This seems urgent, Thistle.
Oh, all right.
Mary's gonna reach over and cast resistance on you. Actually, she's gonna reach over and she's gonna cast bless on you.
I'll reach out my hand.
And she'll cast bless. It's 3 at first level, so I'm gonna cast it on Mark as well.
Do you want to do it?
Yes.
So, I would like to cast Modify Memory. You attempt to reshape another creature's memories. One creature that you can see, etc., etc. They do a saving throw. They can choose to fail it. Yada yada yada. The charmed creature is incapacitated, unaware of its surroundings, though it can still hear you. Takes any damage. While this effect lasts, you can affect the target's memory of an event that it experienced within the last 24 hours that lasted for no more than 10 minutes. We were gone for 11 minutes, so that seems to be the entire trip. So what I would like to do, I'm not trying to change the memory, but Mark would like to essentially induce a state of hypnosis
Cool.
in...
Sort of allow him to go
And
into
it does say you can allow the target to recall the event with perfect clarity and exacting detail.
I'm glad yours says that.
Yeah, the cards
Cards
cut out
cut
a lot of details just to be like succinct.
I love that. Then great. So yeah, I would like, as we sit hand in hand, I think Mark, like, it's hand in hand and then it's like forehead to forehead, not like Neptisicat. I think another that was Temple, but it's
Temple.
like right here to right there.
Where your special eye is.
Oh gosh.
Places of great meaning and power. And Mark is effectively gonna like psychically walk you through, well, I guess like, yeah, I can't like feel it, but it's walking.
I'm getting like pensive vibes.
Yes.
I'm getting the sense
Thistle-
that like Thistle walks through it and Mark just goes, focus. Thistle walks, focus. Thistle walks. Yeah, exactly.
Well, no, it's more like it's just reminding Thistle that he already knows it, and that he just has to open himself up to the memories, and they'll be there. And it takes a minute.
Guidance Bardic.
And he's also got bless from.
And so I don't know
Bardic
what
is
that
6.
effect, but I would, he was trying to see if he recognized the place. I'm hoping maybe I can do that.
D4
I want to give him as much insight as he's capable of getting
Alright.
from that vision.
So, Mark, as your forehead touches his, Thistle, you feel your body drop into that thick liquid once again. You see that kind of greenish tint as you watch yourself, almost like a specter just behind, as it moves through farther down, down, and you follow yourself through this memory. You feel something just behind you, as if it's guiding you through. Something large, but you're unable to turn around and look at it. As you work your way through, once again, through that greenish liquid, through the roots, and into that dirt cavern, you see yourself struggling through the dirt, And you hear the chanting clearer this time. Almost like a prayer. This chanting continues. Continues. You can tell that it's a female voice.
Now that I'm listening to it, does it sound like it's doing it or it's trying to stop it?
You're unsure what the motivations behind it are, but you can hear it. You don't recognize the language. You don't know what the chant is, but you hear a female voice and you see the heart. You're unable to distinguish what kind of roots these are just based on sight alone, but I am going to allow you another history check at advantage.
And you're all blessed up.
Blessed doesn't affect
But
ability.
you- guidance
But
and
guidance
Bardic.
and Bardic does.
Does blessed not affect?
No.
Attacks and
Attacks and saving
saving
throws
throws.
only.
Godspeed.
So many dice.
History 21.
There it is. Yeah, dog.
As you see yourself vomit the liquid and be subsumed by the dirt, you come to and you remember exactly where you saw that green liquid before. Deep in the Yasil Rainforest.
The mud.
You have seen that liquid before. And you have not seen it anywhere else.
Do I remember ever being in the rainforest?
You
traipsed
have.
through it.
Oh, we went through it.
You went through it.
Is that the original Touch the Goo?
No.
No, that was
on the
when
island.
we found that broken temple.
This was when you were going after the gnolls in the broken temple.
No,
And
the
there's
island there was
like
Touch
the river on the way to
Was that green, gross river?
was that green gross river, and when you
Oh, the
remember
acidic river, yeah.
tapping into the forest at that time,
Yeah.
and some part of you understood
That is Yadira.
that there was some kind of poison at play.
She's cursing the fort.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
Yadira's curse.
Yeah, no, Yanis just realized something.
What?
We met a very powerful hag in that forest.
Is it Yasil Rainforest?
Yasil.
Yasil.
Yeah, her name is.
Yeah, no, she gave us a name.
I know what her name is.
But was it Yadira?
No. Yadira
Her
is
name was
Gideon's.
Cycla.
Cycla. The city of Cycla. That's not her name.
Oh yeah, no, that's right.
It
Yadira.
was something similar to that.
Yadira is one of Gideon's.
No, I know, but
Yeah.
how do we know they're not the same person?
Then
We don't. They could be.
We don't. But it starts with a D.
Cycler went
Dwyler.
Dwyler. Thank you.
But didn't Dwyler was trying to keep bad people out?
Yes.
Anyways,
Oh, Chatwater,
Right.
Chatwater.
Can I do one more thing before I lose that memory, and I feel the memory coming to an end? I would just say,
like this is
I would sort of say over my shoulder, "Thank you, but I am still coming for you."
You don't hear anything.
I need to-
during the vision. Was Thistle able to be like talking about what he was seeing whilst the vision was happening, or is that something that we
No,
learn
that's what he
afterwards?
comes-
Okay.
comes to.
It doesn't say Miri could cast tongues to identify what that language was, but we don't know until after.
You do remember the chant though. You recall it with perfect clarity.
Oh, great! I'm gonna
Can you
press my
counter?
forehead
Yes.
and do comprehend languages.
I would repeat it.
What language is it?
As you begin to sing it, it sounds like. It sounds like primordial.
What type of primordial? I speak primordial.
Not like any primordial you've heard.
I bring up Mama.
I'm gonna say it sounded like nasty primordial.
What is this?
She hears it.
Guidance.
She goes, it's an offshoot of primordial, I think. I think it's spoken by the 1T.
Oh, I was thinking the primal elemental plane of ooze.
Anything to get back to the
The
ooze.
Yanti.
Wanty.
Wanty.
Why you
Them
wrote it
snake
in
folk.
Son of damn goddamn.
And we know Yadira is a Wanty because we saw it in a vision where she looked at Gideon and she had snake eyes.
Yes.
Yes, so that's Yadira.
Esper's
That's
snake
Yadira.
Yes.
Ja!
Oh, it's
Got
for
her.
sure Yadira. It's definitely the Yasil Rainforest.
Well,
It's in the heart of the Yasil.
if we didn't learn as much about Halora as we were maybe hoping for from people, but
One person who knows a lot about Laura.
if there's one person who knows all about Halora, is it hurting a heart?
I feel like we're probably not going to be talking to Yadira on like, hey, what's up terms.
We might.
Depends on how.
We will.
She's an older woman. Thistle's very charming.
I'll give Thistle a knowing look of like, we're gonna be stabbing.
Eventually, yeah.
Based on what the chant was, it sounded more like a prayer.
Oh yeah, can I translate what the chant was with comprehend languages?
You can, but it's more like there's more symbology in it.
Right. But
than
did I get like a
necessarily-
dear God, smite my enemies and make people poisoned, or did I get a like dear God, please stop this poison from spreading vibe?
It was more along the lines of spreading
Oof, okay.
and the infecting.
Ooh.
Yeah, she definitely seems to be encouraging it rather than trying to defend it.
I think she might be trying to access its power.
She's probably.
They all have their
Expertise.
things that they use to try and access greater power. Gideon with the children, Moss with the ley lines,
Yadira with the hearts.
Yadira with the hearts.
Gideon didn't use us to get power. Gideon used us to ensure his route to power was survivable.
But that's what I mean. They all are all seeking greater power.
Yeah.
So she's trying to infect this heart.
Phyllis is going to be here soon. Does this change our game plan? Because we know this forest, so we could go to it.
I worry about Adri.
I'm worried about Adri too. But this is the question. Are we
What level spells do we have now?
up to 5th?
I could go.
Solo? Come on, mate.
No.
That's not what we do. Now, I could send to Moss. I know we don't trust him, but we could here at his place. Maybe he's, you know, like.
Let's just wait for Phyllis to get here because we still got to figure out where the two of them are gonna go. Whether they're gonna stay here or we're gonna go elsewhere.
And with that, you hear, "Hello,
Hello.
Hi, Phyllis.
So glad to see you.
so glad to see you."
A boil on.
Oh,
You ever had a clam bake?
no,
You're going to love it.
never had.
Phyllis, this is my mom. This is Marlorie Shadir.
It's a pleasure to meet you. And you see Aftish kind of step out to the side.
Oh,
I nod my head, just like.
Mother Superior.
We have a lot to talk about.
Yes, we do.
Biggest Mother Superior.
Yes, we do.
Well, shall we speak inside?
Yes.
Mama, did you put on enough tea for everybody?
I
I got it.
Yes.
Start passing around bowls of chili,
We got boil.
flavored like tea.
We have a boil. Oh, fuck off.
It's real
That is
chili.
genuinely in character. He goes to each other, he goes, fuck off.
I don't eat that.
He goes, is Dell doing a boil?
Yes.
Bells do.
Sorry, Aftish?
Oh, no.
Oh,
Marlorie.
I thought that was Aftish being like,
No.
is Del doing it? And I was like,
No.
this
Marlorie.
is the deep lore I needed.
They couldn't keep their mouth shut that we were here. They didn't say you were here.
They don't
but
know you're here.
I will say,
Dale does do a good boil.
he does do a boil. I have not had a good meal in a very...
Well, he'd be delighted to see you.
You can wear the hat if you need.
But Mama, you know that when you step outside,
We could bring some back for you, no problem.
I
Well,
don't
they
want
can bring it to us.
I don't want you to feel like a prisoner here, Mama.
No, it's all right. I can go.
I don't think.
No one's going to stop me from leaving.
I was going to
It's
say,
not their way.
from my
No.
perspective of this island, I feel like they'd be like, well, the tide's taking you back again.
Sometimes just the
Not as good.
explaining where you've been is sometimes difficult.
Yeah, I didn't say that you were here. I just said I'd been following you around. But I mean, Dale will understand if we had to keep it secret. So,
Of course.
why don't you and Felice get acquainted? We have to talk to Mama. This is the Mother Superior of the Temple of Nep-Thistle. This is Off-Dish.
She bows her head.
Also, just, we say, Filings, I'd love to hear what you've been doing in the library. So, save some of the...
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
It's-
after.
What is the go-to honorific of the Mother Superior? It's not Your Grace, is it?
Yeah.
No.
No,
it
it's
would-
Your Holiness? No.
No,
Yes, mommy, please, mommy.
You could probably call her. You could call her Mother Superior. You could call
Mama Soups?
her. She's not High Priestess, so you wouldn't call her High Priestess.
No.
Meaning
Ma'am?
priestess.
You could call her Reverend Mother as well.
Yeah.
It's Reverend Mother usually.
So.
Mummy soups.
Rev mummy?
After she's very pretty also, so like.
Holy shit.
Sure, sorry, mommy, sorry, mommy.
But also older.
What do
She's
you,
probably in her 60s.
What do you know?
Say less.
What do you know for certain? That some things were muddled.
I've taken. We're into the.
Yeah, she
front
waits
seat.
until they leave. I know that my best friend in the entire world has traveled to a very distant place to seek out some of her former companions.
Get the band back together.
I have not seen her filled with this much vengeance in a very long time, and I am worried about her. If something happens to her, I will hold all of you responsible.
Fair.
Understood.
We are in the midst of trying to solve that problem ourselves.
I think we know where the heart is.
We know who
have
has
a
it.
good lead.
It's good.
Do they know who has it? We can just tell you. Alora has it. Do they?
Was the word.
Yeah.
Can I?
I communicated it.
Cool to tell mother. Like, we just share what we know.
Yeah.
Like, we like
I pull out
off-dish,
the
right?
drawing.
Yes, that's what I've heard as well.
She's in Gaye.
She's going to a place called Tilikov.
That's good to know.
We tell them about the dragons, right?
Yes,
Like,
we-
we just get her up to speed.
We were in the process of trying to get over there, but we were ill-equipped to handle her the first time we came up against her, and we were trying to find some assistance so that we could
And it's our intention.
rectify it.
It's our intention to right the wrong, to go and to fix it.
It might be hard to believe, but Kokani and us were on the same side. We were fighting together with him against Alora, and we were outmatched, all of us, including him.
She shattered the plate that was in his chest. She shattered it, and she reached inside and she took it.
We tried to lay a trap, but she turned it on us. Won't happen twice.
Well, I'm not surprised.
If we
Kokani
retrieve,
was on the same side as all of you.
if we retrieve the heart, can he come back?
I don't know.
Okay.
I suspect that will be something between him and Nepenthe and her grace.
Right. Know that we are doing everything in our power to make it as easy as possible for him to come back.
I appreciate that.
And you have our heartfelt apology for the way we left Caradoc. But in the moment, with tempers being as high as they were, and with Alora being fast leaving, we felt it was the best option to try and close the gap as much as we could.
The dragons also are not bad. They're the two of them, Argoic and Ferithor. They're good. Halor held them captive for a very long time, and they want their due from her for what she did to them.
The Yasil Rainforest gets close to the desert, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's the
And
border.
so there's the Bakir Range.
Right
It's
here.
essentially a mountain range that
Right here.
separates
What's that
the
one right there?
rainforest, and on the other side
That's the Bakir range.
is the
I've sorry.
burning sprawl.
I'm sorry to move the tangent, but we've a lot going on kind of simultaneously. Have you heard any rumors from the Yasil Rainforest about corruption, poison? Sorry.
No, I will address that in a second, but
Of course.
I just want you all to know, if we're all being honest with each other, I will inform Nepentha about what you've told me,
Thank you.
where you suspect Halora is, and that these dragons could be potential allies.
An iron dragon and a mercury dragon.
I will also tell her who I have at Temple Philenis.
Which one? The Shai's mother or
Philes.
Philes?
Both.
All right, that's okay.
That way, if she wants to get in touch with you, you will be compelled to do so.
Where did she go?
She traveled, I believe, to Garyang.
The priestess went to Garyang?
Yes.
She went to Saint Valeria. She went to go find Finnan.
I believe so.
Yes.
But Finn's canonically dead. I thought we.
Separate question.
No, Finn's the little one.
That was the last time he'd been seen. He hasn't been seen in quite some time.
Oh, he's missing as well.
Well, he sometimes just leaves for years at a time.
Now, another
No, Rip, Tish pulls such the best line.
quick other question. You might not know this, but what happened to Kale?
I don't know. He hasn't been seen for decades.
Yes. What about
Thistle.
yes? Sorry.
Thistle's
I know you're a big fan.
of Black.
Very big fan of Blackwater. I've got all the comics.
An associate of Halora, we believe, is in that forest.
Yeah.
I mean, her name is. Of
Right,
course,
yeah,
I remember
yeah.
it.
Do you know the name Yadira? You would know the name Elaban, I'm sure.
It sounds familiar.
Yadira or Elaban?
I've heard of Elaban.
His pupils.
Yadira sounds familiar, but I haven't ever met her, but I've heard the name.
Amongst Elaban's pupils, Yadira, Decius Moss, Gideon Kincaid, Alora.
I see.
Please don't allow Gideon, or not Gideon, sorry. I mean, yes, also Gideon. Please don't allow Decius Moss back into the temple.
All right.
He's not to be trusted.
He has my brother.
Okay.
These are all people who are desperately trying to bring about some power of their own making.
It's alarming to me that this is the first time I'm hearing about all of this.
Gideon, especially, is an enemy to all that you stand for.
He was the one who was stealing your priestesses.
The Salmets.
Yes.
Yes.
I remember you.
Have they all
fair.
been retrieved?
The Salmets? No.
He's also the one that did this.
Right. To your earlier question, we occasionally get folks who come from the south through the Bakir Range. It's not common, it's a much longer trek through the desert, and they are often very sick when they arrive. I've always just assumed that's because the journey through the burning sprawl is not an easy one.
And you don't necessarily have to identify what kind of sick when you use magic to cure.
Exactly.
Right.
I will keep an eye out.
Reverend Mother, this might be the biggest, most, and you can tell me if I'm out of line for asking. I give her a rundown essentially on what my mother is, what I know of what my mother is afflicted with. I don't think it's something that can be cured. but I don't know a way to keep her safe. I have no idea. I am grasping at straws trying to understand what she's been doing the last couple years. And I am terrified knowing that I have to leave her. I just found her.
Make a persuasion check.
I am so bad at those.
Persuasion?
Yeah.
Help action. God, I need to make that feat.
What feat?
I want to make a feat where it's like expert helper, where it's like when you help someone with your expertise skills, it's
Yeah.
like more beneficial in
That's
some
cool.
way.
TM.
TM.
It's TIM.
TM.
Persuasion? With a 19 on the dice, that's a flirty 20.
She goes, "You're asking a lot of me."
I know. That's why I said that you could say no immediately right off the top, because I know immediately how much I'm asking.
Phyllis has been very helpful. Not only in her historical knowledge, but she also has quite an aptitude for organizing the history that we do have in our library, which over the years, it's not the most organized place. And she's reinforced some of the protective elements of the temple.
My mother is and has power unlike anything I've ever seen. I know that she may be more than what you might be used to, but she is. I haven't seen her in a long time, Reverend Mother, but she is kind in her heart.
We also have these really cool manacles that just, prevent accidents.
We also don't turn people away at Temple Philanus. Not anyone. I'm confident that between myself and Phyllis, we can manage. The more information you're able to give me, the better, so I can know what to look for. And if your mother is comfortable being as open as she can be, I think we'll be all right.
I would essentially just kind of like give her the rundown on everything I've seen with how my mother's afflicted, what she said, and
I will say, and I do not say this lightly, if I find out that you were in any way working with Halora or working for Halora, I will not hesitate.
We were. Before we knew who she was, she asked us to go after Kokanee before we knew who he was.
and we said no.
We went to Kokanee and told him what was going on.
Moss told us we were doing jobs for Moss, and he said, "You have to go do a job for my friend." We didn't have
We
the
didn't
power
have
to say
any
no.
information.
And as soon
When
as
we
we knew
found
what
out
it
who
was,
we
went
talked
straight
to
for
him,
Kokanee.
and that's why what happened happened.
All right.
She found
Kokanee
out.
chose to come with us.
Thank you for telling me.
Of course. It might be hard to believe, but at the very least, we're trying to do the right thing.
I want to believe that,
I know.
and I do at this moment, but if I am proven wrong, I will not hesitate to turn your mother and Phyllis over to the most powerful people I know.
And which one of them would that be? I mean, if you had to rank them, just out of curiosity, most powerful.
Mother Superior, I'm also willing to be subjected to any sort of honesty magic that you have at your disposal.
I appreciate that.
Of course.
It's all right.
Answer the question, please.
Thistle.
It's important. It is important.
Well, It's difficult to say. They work best as a team.
Well, yes, but I mean, if you had to rank them.
I mean,
From what I've heard you say, it sounded like Lebers was the best one.
Clack has been alive the longest.
He's alive.
I assume so.
They all just seem to disappear except for Kokini and the Panther.
Yes, they all went their separate ways.
It's hard when you become that powerful not to leave a fingerprint on the world.
Of course.
Vanish so easily. So you're saying you won't rank them for me?
I couldn't if I tried.
I bet you could.
Is there anything we can do for you aside from, doing the best to hunt this down? Is there anything you need from us? We're asking a lot from you.
I want those Samats brought home.
We'll find them. We'll find them.
Still weighs on my mind, but I can tell that you have a lot on your plate.
My sense is that when we finally start being able to pull in the threads that we need to pull, the second we pull the one for Gideon and Elaban, we will find your Samats.
Right.
And whatever's happened, if anything, if the worst has happened to them, we will do everything we can to make sure we have that information and bring that home to you.
I have recently come into an ability to be able to talk to people who have recently passed. But I know your summits take a very specific vow. And I just want to respect that, so if the worst has happened, should I not use them to try and find information?
It's a great question. Very respectful.
I would ask that your first question to them would be what to do with this information. Ask them what they would like this information to do.
Like the information that they're going to give.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good question.
What would they have passed on?
Like which questions they should be asked.
Or rather, who they would like that information shared with.
Yeah, fair play.
I also know that you are capable of bringing back the dead.
Mm-hmm.
And carrying a body is difficult, but I can make a body ambulatory only with the soul's permission. Again, is that something that I should avoid with your people?
If they don't wish to be brought back, they'll tell you.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure to not even, cross that bridge.
They may very well choose to stay dead.
Okay.
But
I
it's
can't
up to them.
bring them back, but I can bring them to someone who can.
Okay.
Do I get the sense she understands?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm doing nasty necromancy,
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
nice necromancy.
Not the
doing
good
that, I'm doing that
necromancy.
stink boy necromancy.
I assume we'll leave after the boil.
We might leave before.
Would you like to stay for the boil?
Well, I do need a lift home,
Right.
so I'll stay. It's not often I get to leave Philenis. And they could probably use a break from my watchful eye.
Felice? Or the temple?
The acolytes at the temple.
I understand.
I left Grape Nub in charge.
Is that a wise decision?
It's great. Is
Are there like
Philenis now? Or
4
she
to
makes noise?
5 other colorful priestesses that were
She
also
travels
left
between.
alone?
Oh, there was a whole host of acolytes left alone.
Yeah, but are there like 3 to 5 really interesting ones
Wait, was that-
like
I thought
maybe
that-
they'll
60 years
have
ago.
a
60
complicated
years
Yeah, I thought that
task
took place.
to
That took place
do
in
while you're
Temple
gone
one.
for these
That was
8
that
hours?
was a
There's
flashback.
always things to do.
Yeah, there's
they're
probably a
older
one shot
and in
that can
charge.
happen right now.
Oh, fuck.
60 years.
One shot within a main camp, and that's
yeah.
Sorry, guys, you're gonna be here for another 4 hours.
No, I'm not saying tonight, but you know.
Tim, you gotta get out of the seat. I gotta go over there.
I can't shake the feeling that something is coming,
Yeah.
and I don't know what that something is.
Neither do we yet, but we're working on it.
I will need to pray on this. But thank you
Well,
for sharing what you know.
Pray for us if you can.
Of course.
And please, I know that you'll, as you said, pass on the information to the High Priestess, but I can't stop thinking about Esper. She was the priestess who is both of Thistle and Nymphiskid. She's lost her dad. Please pass on our, please tell her, if you would.
I will.
Thank you.
Who's this?
Kokane's daughter.
Oh, right.
She's a priestess of both
Yeah.
Nymphiskid and Thistle.
And tell her, Grace, I said hi.
I will.
Right.
Right, I'm going to have some tea.
Yeah,
And,
we
right.
have a lot to talk about.
you take a look around.
Have you ever been to Keshoera?
Can't say is that I have.
Okay, everyone's going to be real fascinated with your horns. I don't know if anyone here has ever seen a person who looks like you before. Everyone is.
There's a young man who needs guidance.
If Kip tries to get
His name is Kip.
I'll be honest, I don't have a lot of contact with young men.
If Kip tries
Now is
Mostly
a
young
wonderful
women.
opportunity to grow.
if Kip tries to get you to play Crokinole, just say no.
Everyone here is real kind.
Unless you're into crocodile, then
I don't know
Look
what
away.
Crokinole is.
Kip needs
It
guidance.
might actually be helpful for you. Something that could be interesting to you, Reverend Mother, is we have a council of elders. They are quite knowledgeable, and if you, one of them is named Roan, and they're very knowledgeable in the history of our people and anything you want to know about the area. Or
That's
our-
great. I will take you up on that.
Our village here is, you could walk into anyone's house and the first question would be, are you staying for dinner? It is very communal, very welcoming. That's just the way we are.
It's good to know. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm going to talk to Moss real quick, just to see.
I'm sorry, what you're going to do
he's
right
gonna
now?
call Moss.
Just to see.
She heads out.
All right.
2 seconds.
Taking the
Should we, do
Can
we
you do
want
it
to
out
speak
loud?
to, do we want to speak to Felice first?
Hey, Moss. Shy's worried sick about this boat trip, which is weird, because fins and stuff. What's going on? How's things?
So casual.
Roll a D100.
Oh, no.
Oh, not on the same plane!
He has his own mansion. This is a normal thing for him to be.
True.
Top 15% is bad.
5. It's just 5%.
Top 5%?
You don't want above
Well,
9.
that's 14,
Okay.
which is fine.
Goes through.
Jesus. Louises.
Hello, Mark. What was your question again?
Oh,
Shy's worried.
Shy's worried about,
Which is
worried
weird,
about the
fins
boat
and stuff.
fins and stuff. What's up?
What's up?
Hey, what's up?
It wasn't even.
What's up, bro?
Hi, Mark. I'm just taking Adri on a bit of a trip. He's eager to have a break from school. And I wanted to educate him about the world beyond the Vatoma.
Totally. Shy's a lot. And
So did you count the wink?
no, of course not.
No, that's a will.
Maybe I did. Any specifics, I know it's boring, but anything I can give her, you'd be really helping me out. Best wishes.
Roll a D100.
Not 95.
We don't want 95 or above. That's a 19.
19. I'm taking Adri to the place where I learned magic.
Well, there you go. Cryptic as ever.
We have a few places we can go.
I might be able to help. I'm gonna cast divination. And the question I want to ask, because it's
Yeah, a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days.
Okay.
Ooh.
And I want to know where they're going.
Who are you reaching out to find?
Or is Adri in immediate danger? Is another.
Where they're going.
I think where they're going.
That gives us less information, though.
I think what I want to do is I want to reach out to, because I know they were on a boat. So what I would do is I would make my way over to the water, and I would put my hand in the water, and I would reach out to a siren,
Yeah.
and I would ask him where in the water that boat ended up, essentially, or was heading towards.
All right.
It's a great ask.
That's a great ask. All right, as you feel your hands sink into the water, you have a similar sensation of touching water for the first time. As your hands feel the coolness of the water, and you reach down, and there is almost like a ping of a sonar as this wave travels far below the water, and you hear something very, very, very deep bounce it back. And you get an image in your mind of the underside of the boat traveling through dark waters as the wave moves up, as you just get a glimpse over the crash of the waves. You see the edges of a rocky shore with red trees in the distance.
That's Bloodwood.
And the edges of a large volcano far in the distance. And you see the boat is heading towards a kind of smoking landscape. And that's where we're going to end it tonight.
Ah!
I had a moment where I thought you were going to do that Lex Luthor Spider-Man thing where it's like, and you see this, and you have no idea where it is.
No idea where it is.
What is it?
I don't know who that is.
That just confirmed what we already knew.
Yeah, I mean, we did know, but it's nice to know. No.
No.
Get it from Kraken's
No,
deep.
no. Yeah. We love
Are we going
the
to go down and
siren.
see that angel?
Dude,
We gotta
we've
do
got
it.
We got
fucking-
time before the clan
We've
bait.
got Yasil. We've got
We're gonna-
Bloodwood.
and if
we've
you
got-
wanna
we've got
hear-
so much shit going
If
on.
you
and
want to
we
hear
know
us,
Tim doesn't just have things be in stasis until we fucking
know.
deal with it,
If you
so-
want to hear us
good thing.
scream into the
So
void in the
much
deep
shot.
ocean about all of this stuff and what we're gonna do and what order we're gonna do it in, you're gonna want to head on over to Patreon, subscribe at the Knucklebone tier and above, and you can listen to Chatwater. Chatwater is our once a week talk back episode where we literally 3.5 to 5 minutes after the episode's done.
3 minutes from now, we're going to be talking about
Yeah,
it.
We're talking
three
about
minutes
Just enough
everything
time
that happened.
and everything that
to
happened.
pee and hydrate. It's a lot of fluid renewal.
Thank you all so much for joining us. It's so nice to be back at the table. We have some really great sponsors this month. I'm very excited to start to show you some of the people we've been working with and some of the stuff we've got coming towards you. So please stick around. We're going to go raid someone awesome. And please tell them that Blackwater sent you and that everyone wants to be safe and touch the goo. So put your thumbs up, babies.
A lot of goo touch this time.
So much
That's a
good
lot
touch.
of good touch.
Adam, you got one?
It's time the goo touched you.
Yeah.
This time the goo touched you.
It was in the whole time.
So, you know, when your friends leave you unattended for just a fucking second long, go ahead, take some drugs and let the goo touch you!